All right, kiddos, you're on part 2 now of your graphic organizer. So for this part, I want you to pretend that you're a water molecule going through the processes listed in the table below as you move through the water cycle. So you're going to fill out the following information on each table. So for example, evaporation. Let's just look at that to start with. In this box, you are going to write what state you started in. So if when a water droplet evaporates, does it start as a solid, a liquid, or a gas? And then make sure you highlight that state of matter. Then you're going to talk about like where you started. So for evaporation, we know water starts as a liquid. So you could go back up to your table here and be like, oh, where do I find liquid on Earth? And put that in it as well. So you can see I started in an example. I am a liquid water molecule floating in the ocean. So I highlighted where I started. If you go through a phase change, I want you to tell me whether heat energy is gained or lost and highlight that. So I gained heat energy because that's what happens when a water molecule evaporates. It gains heat energy. And then I want you to tell me what state you ended up in. So for evaporation, we know that you end up as a gas. So I turned into a gas. And then I want you to tell me where you ended up. Okay, where on Earth? So remember, you can go back up to your table here. When water molecules are a gas, where do they go? Where do you find gas? Okay. So I gave you an example for evaporation, and I showed you how to do all of these things. Oh, and then yes, include an image of the process. So Google, like I Googled evaporation and I came up with this visual that shows like a reader what evaporation looks like. Okay, so I want you to do that for each of these terms. So go ahead, here's your example for evaporation. Don't use mine exactly, but you can use the general idea. So after you do evaporation, do condensation. Talk about where you start. Are you starting as a liquid, solid, or a gas? Where are you before you condense? Talk about whether heat energy is being added or lost. And then where you end up after you have condensed. Do that for evaporation, condensation, freezing, melting, sublimation, and transpiration. Okay? And let me know if you have any questions.